Hello, Albsterz here, and welcome back to Genshin Impact. I teleported to Sumeru City, getting ready for the Archon quest, and it threw me straight into it. So here we are. This is the Inversion of Genesis, the next Archon quest. Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tatarasuna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be subject about. Unless, of course, you restrict yourself to textual criticism.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough without having to sensationalize it, don't you think? The strange location, the missing details, a mysterious person.
And I think there was one bulk of text that we missed as well, because I was like, hold on, is this the Archon quest or not? I like the change of camera angles on this.
I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this. That's the only reason I came to you.
All right,
yes,
all right.
You came to me, so all the more reason to take my advice. The fact is, it's the dramatization that will make people want to read it. There's no getting around that.
That it 100%, and I love his accent.
Okay, but...
But there's always a big but involved.
Did one of them just mention Tatarasuna? But that's all the way in Inazuma.
Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me, Paimon. We must have super hearing. The way that we're able to eavesdrop on people, like even across Sumeru's forest.
Is it just Paimon, or is it kind of unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper about that? Everyone here's just going about their business. Maybe it really is just Paimon. Guess people here are free to research pretty much anything.
Well, if this Archon quest is to do with Scaramouche and stuff like that, then it is going to have the connection to Inazuma. Still, let's go listen in.
Let's go find out what this Tatarasuna mystery is all about.
Sounds good to me, Batman. Let's do this. There we go. The Interlude Chapter, Act 3, The Inversion of Genesis. We have our boys in the team because they are all on 9 friendship. So close to being level 10.
All right,
That's why they're
I guess
in the
I'll
team
go with
today.
my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper. Ugh, if only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about him, this seems like the kind of thing he'd know about.
Oh, well, speak of the devil, he shall arrive if you're looking for the traveler. That's me.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Yes, indeed. What do you think I was, taller?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe
don't-
us?
Yeah, don't believe me? I will go, thank you very much. I will go have some tea in Chenyu Vale.
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma.
Exploits? What do you think I am, carving, deleting world objects?
This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence.
Yeah, don't worry
Sorry.
about my silvered-haired companion. Don't worry, no one's bothered about her.
So what, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kind of lacking.
Yeah. Put you on the club.
Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatarasuna?
Oh, you're gonna have to remind me what that is, and then I will be able to catch you up, yes.
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
Yeah, we eavesdrop quite a lot.
I see.
I'm sorry I can't help this time, but how about we help each other out? Oh, wow. His little emblem on his thing is kind of cool. He got an hourglass with a horse.
My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatarasuna's past. But who'd have thought that...
Why are you stumbling over your words, sir?
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatarasuna.
That would be lovely, thank you.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive for a first read?
We have grabbed plenty of books, thank
Well,
you.
fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay draft.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade.
Ooh, Mikoshi. That rings a bell, but I can't remember where exactly.
End, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows.
Well, that sounds kind of cool.
Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a kabuki mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger. Someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
Paimon.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This kabuki mono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards, as Akaba mentioned, things got pretty ugly.
With Swada's accent, it sounds like I'm gonna be going on a Nathan Drake expedition.
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens? Seems kinda fishy to Paimon.
Speaking of fishing as well, I am doing that because I need the catch for the Shogun herself.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then. And wow, did I get lucky!
Good! Who did you end up getting, son? Tell me.
Stop shouting!
We're in a goddamn gazebo.
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out.
Alright, thank you, but we're not a reader, are we?
It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the government records office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago.
400 years ago, so this is post-calamity kind of time
Even back
frame.
then, Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seems like he went missing too.
Oh, lovely. Could it be?
Wait, so there are 2 missing people in this story now?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
I probably have, but I have forgot.
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
I remember Ishin art, but that weren't from Genshin, that was actually from Sekiro.
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff.
Yes,
that makes
I
things
do.
easier. So basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last practitioners of Ishin art.
Oh, this is connected to Kazuha, yeah?
Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it's all connected somehow.
If I remember correctly, that is connected to Kazuha.
Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
There's more, you say? Then enlighten me.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are
Okay.
about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all my years as a writer, this is by far the most
Outrageous piece of evidence I have ever found.
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabuki Mono was not a human, but a puppet.
Oh, this is all actually connected to Scaramouche.
Puppet?
Shh, Paimon, shut up. The Shogunate's puppet that the Electro Archon made should be ruling Inazuma with her as we speak. It couldn't be her. The Kabuto... the Bakuki Mono. I like how Paimon's also thinking, has to be the Balladeer. But what was he doing 400 years ago in the Tatarasuna?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something after all.
Yes, but we can't really say anything at the moment. Clara Paimon on her, she keeps her mouth shut. Paimon, shut up.
No, Paimon just meant, how creepy. The way you described it makes it sound like a ghost story.
Yeah, good work,
I
pal.
agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected. And that's exactly what my book is about. Please, take a look.
Okay, give it to me. Whoa. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna give this a read so it gives me a little bit more of an understanding. The Isle of the Darkling Clouds, Extract 1.
One eternity later.
So we have Katsusuragiri, Myra Zirgi, and also Niwa as well, but as the armory officer. I'm trying to read all this because it's going to help out massively, but there is a lot. Okay, that was a lot to take in.
And please read my essay draft as well.
You as well? Oh my god. I don't think I'm gonna... A brief analysis. Oh, wow. I don't think I'm gonna be able to read all this. Oh, okay, no, why do you... Okay, no, I'm not gonna read that.
Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. I don't think explaining everything away with mysterious forces will cut it. Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue?
No, don't do that.
I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole series of events.
What was this unknown black cloud that...
You're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
Yeah. Has this guy ever written an essay before, Paimon? I think we should question him.
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. This is as much detail as you're ever going to get.
Well, I think we could actually get more talking to Skara.
Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time. I need to find a new angle on this.
Then I will leave you to it
Some
then.
other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye for now. Good luck with your essay.
Ta-ta!
All right, thank you. If you find out any more info about all this, please do let me know. Thanks so much.
Well, I think we are. I think your little conversation has foreshadowed what's going to be happening in this Archon quest. Now we're gonna go up to Nahida.
That thing they were talking about, it has to do with the Balladeer, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
Okay. Then, even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh?
I don't know. Depends on the information that we end up finding out, Paimon.
After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually super confidential, isn't it?
Normally, but who's gonna really come after us,
If you
Paimon?
ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. There's no point in...
She's going off on a little tangent. Oh? Skara? What's wrong? He's actually out and about walking? Hello? What's wrong?
Did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like...
What was he going for? Food? Snacks? Oh, there he is! He's just woke up. Nahida, hello? Where's his babysitter?
No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
Well, he didn't really get locked up, did he, Paimon? He was in a coma. And Nahida said that she is gonna, like, heal him back to full health. So the fact that he's actually here, he's going back into the sanctuary. He was probably going out to get some food. You know, being in a coma for that long, he probably got a little bit peckish. I don't know what kind of food they have in Sumeru. Oh, actually, he probably had a curry. Curry is the best dish around. Oh, we're back with the banging music. Nahida! Did you just see the Balladeer?
There you are. Nahida! Bad news. We just saw the Balladeer strolling around in public.
How could he?
Did he escape or... it's him!
I think she's totally aware.
Sure enough.
you're here.
Oh, why are you giving me the bombastic side-eye, Balladeer?
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surastana? Aren't you supposed to be locked up? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain.
Well, you already did explain. We know, you told me.
It was my idea to set the Balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me.
Oh, this is new tea. Oh, Nahida. Oh, what? Oh, you want him poking around memories and stuff then?
A deal? Huh. You sure you trust this guy?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about.
No, I don't want to kill you, actually. I just want your hat. But you have questions, and also Nahida is kind of curious because you still have power.
But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
There we go. I'm really liking Paimon throughout the Archon quest in Sumeru.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Aww.
Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down?
Nahida, as you're saying, please, yep, we will calm down. Paimon, stop it.
But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
I love Skara. And his voice acting as well is incredible.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the Balladeer.
Nahida obviously wants some knowledge from Irminsul that the Balladeer is only able to poke around and get, maybe?
Well, I, for one, have no reason to doubt you. Considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yeah, and that was still wild that she did for 2 of the Gnosis. Not 1, but 2.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time.
With Tavat Sky being fake. I spoke to Bran about this before he went to Japan. And I was saying, imagine it started like fracturing over time and you'd start to see like a full-on war going on in space and stuff. And you could see it in the skybox. That'd be incredible.
The Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts him in quite a precarious position.
Damn, you hear that? Balladeer, are you weak?
Plus, he's a former Harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond.
Ooh. Yeah, but the only person that knows of Skara being here would be the doctor, but he already left, so he doesn't really care, does he?
Wait a second. Farmer? You mean he's not a Harbinger anymore? I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
Damn, he tossed you out like trash like Andy did to goddamn Woody and Buzz.
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui. And also between each of the Harbingers.
So now hopefully the Balladeer is going to tell us more about the Gnosis, what they got planned for that. Why are they staying all in the hotel in Mondstadt as well? I have so many questions. So there's definitely a structure difference going on in terms of the Fatui now, in terms of ranking.
So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be.
Really, what a crying shame.
Well, if the Fatui are going to reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
Ah, and is that why you want to go into Irminsul then? So you have some leverage, maybe? On the Doctor?
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
Hold on, give me a moment, Kiwi. Kiwi is all taken care of now. But I love the music in this place. I could sit in here for like 10 hours and just continuously listen to it.
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear. Don't you? And they're your friends. So I guess you'll be siding with them.
Maybe. She might be in the middle ground, though.
Obviously! Nahida, don't listen to him!
Nahida is going to listen
Let's
to him.
put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right. Then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
How are we going to keep in touch? We haven't got no mobile phones, Nahida.
Nahida, are you serious about this?
Yes,
Obviously, she woke him up from a coma.
I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit.
It's either regarding our sibling or regarding the fake sky. For me?
Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul.
Because she belongs to Teyvat. She's been here since the Calamity 500 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that?
No, she doesn't. That's why she's sending the Balladeer into Irminsul.
You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point.
Yeah, and that we are a Descender? Maybe Paimon is a Descender as well, because she was in the pond when we ended up starting the game, wasn't it?
It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am.
Mm-hmm.
He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect.
Oh, wow. I don't know if that power's gonna fade over time then. The more it continues, or he's always gonna be connected to Irminsul.
The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long, even for me.
Well, yeah, Irminsul seems like a supercomputer. So getting someone like an IT specialist that can go in and be like, yeah, bing bang bang bong, bing bop, bibbidi boop, that's the folder you want. It's kind of the same here.
So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information, and should be able to find it more quickly.
Once if he lies to you, I don't think he will.
Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him! He's treated us as enemies every time we've run into him!
Well, he might be a changed man, we don't know.
I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back.
Oh, this is gonna be
And
huge.
Traveler? I know what your heart desires most of all.
Being reunited with my sibling.
Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns.
And that is why we see Lumine in Nahida's Soul Request 1. Because we have an intense longing. And the people that showed up in the dreams when we were in that story quest were people that ended up having people pass or longing. And that's why we see Lumine for that split second on that, like, plant.
As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you.
Oh, she's a real one.
If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it.
Thank you, Nahida. That is going to be huge if we end up finding any more information out.
It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it.
Yeah, but you helped us out as well. I don't want all the credit.
I'm still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help?
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. Seems like we have a telepathic connection.
Well, that seems to happen all the like even the journalists. We turned up when they were talking about us.
In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned.
Oh, I'll be down for that.
Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. If you could accompany him, it would put my mind at ease.
Alright, I will do, Nahida. Thank you.
Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside.
Oh, wow. I'm glad to be able to
Great.
help.
Thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Oh, let's go, let's go! Because the only time that we went into Irminsul was...
Wow, it looks pretty different here compared to last time.
Oh.
The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Oh, look at this! Oh, I'm not going to be able to... No, I'm not going to be able to take a photo, damn it! What about... no, I can't use the... I've tried to use the cameras before. This is stunning. Okay, Irminsul is the most beautiful domain that we have been in thus far. Hello, Balladeer.
Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
Actually, Nahida sent me to babysit you.
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
You tell him, Farmer, you tell him.
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards, but right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Whoa, 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 is that a threat, huh? I'll kick your ass, boy.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous.
She's listening in.
I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru.
Oh, wow.
Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through.
Oh? Why? Could something end up happening to us if we end up doing something?
I know there are many grievances between you, on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Oh, that understood, Captain.
Fine, let's call it truce. But only until this mission's over.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are gonna be traveling together after all.
We are indeed. I love his outfit.
Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your pretty eyes open and try not to fall behind.
Me fall behind? No.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us.
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going.
Well, if the puppet, if he's been around like 400 years ago,
Or did
then
you
yeah.
need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
There's no need for all the biting sarcasm. Hey, as a fellow Brit, I love the sarcasm. Come on, focus on doing your job.
We can start now.
Alright, yeah, get in there.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Whoa, that seems a bit futuristic.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him.
Alright, let's go. This is so cool. Are we going inside Irminsul? Oh, what information. Whoa.
So this is the inside of Irminsul.
It's different than what I imagined.
Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything like this. And it feels like a sacred place.
It does indeed. Damn.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Teyvat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Alright. Sorry, this is my first time in here. I'm kind of,
Why is it that Paimon just wants to
taken
do
off
the
my feet
opposite
by
of
it.
everything he says?
Because you don't like him, Paimon, whatsoever. What is it?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul.
Oh.
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
And that's why she wanted us to babysit him, just in case he tries to attack Irminsul?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
I'm not going to be able to run off in here, am I?
Hey, so, say we did go running off in here. What would happen?
Oh? We'd probably get zippity zapped.
What are you smirking at?
But I'm about to give it a go. Just walk outside of the blue lines that have been placed down
I
for
was just
us.
imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me.
Ooh. And Paimon disappears. Follow the Balladeer. Oh yeah, we got the roleplay walking. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna be doing this. Look
These
how
sapling things have
beautiful this
spread out.
The fragment has dissipated.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
The location change looks like we've been transported to another path. Oh, wow. Continue exploring.
It looks the same in every direction.
The space is indeed unusual, but it seems that the Balladeer couldn't catch the end of it. That's why she needed the Balladeer,
No wonder
because...
he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth.
Yeah, he knows how to navigate it.
Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little?
Oh, we're literally here. See, why isn't Paimon floating with us while we're doing... Oh, now she's...
We're here.
What a huge tree!
That is beautiful. It really is. This is the center of Irminsul. All the information in the world is flowing through it. Yeah, but it seems like, though, someone's able to take information in and out of Irminsul.
Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Good, you made it. Are you ready?
We are ready, Captain.
Ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint.
Oh.
The Balladeer's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
Yeah, but he's probably wanting some information as well, Paimon, to get more of an understanding. And does that also... Irminsul is how we're able to go around the different teleports and stuff like that, because it's all connected to Irminsul. He hasn't put up any resistance, and he seems good at working on the front line. Maybe he had a similar role in the Fatui. First Aquaba, and then Swada's stories, now this. What a strange individual.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Yeah, because if the Balladeer's been around for so long, he would have had an interaction with our sister as well,
Will
wouldn't
do.
he? I'm intrigued.
For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
It's nice, Paimon. Just take it while it lasts.
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk?
Yes, what do you want me to do? Nahida? Is this a telepathic conversation?
Yes. I've also invited Paimon to join.
Oh no, kick her out of the call. We don't need her in here.
What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
No thought behind them eyes whatsoever. I'm guessing that you don't want us to disturb the Balladeer while he's searching Irminsul.
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while.
No, we got a little bit of downtime. I'm all
Paimon's
for
never
this.
tried this before. This is great! So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladeer's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say.
Yes, and he seems to excel at doing odd jobs for others.
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand.
Yeah. He's trying to find himself as an individual.
Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers.
Is it about his past, the betrayals, and the other events in Imazuma, maybe?
Well done. Smart and attentive as always.
Thank you, thank you. Actually, I caught a glimpse of a few things when I ran into the hyperpasia at Pardis Di. God. You relate to what you saw in the Balladeer's mind. Oh, that was when he was in our consciousness,
You made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is today.
And also we got some information on the little short animation that we watched as well regarding Skara / the Balladeer, that he actually burnt the house down with the kid in it because the kid said, well, you gotta burn stuff in order to access some sort of memories and stuff, and the kid ended up turning to ash.
Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt and angry just like anyone else.
Everyone has a history, Paimon.
Oh, look at this.
Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon.
Yeah.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into 2 people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. Nahida, do you know anything about that?
She probably doesn't.
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes. I know about all of that.
Oh, really?
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
You told Nahida about the story that Aqua and Swada.
How interesting. Those 2 managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone.
Oh, so they were on the right track
So
then.
the guess they got it right?
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Oh.
Must be a riveting conversation you 3 are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
Hey, how do you know we're talking?
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation.
We have every right to keep certain things confidential, okay?
Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
Not yet.
So, have you found anything yet?
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Yeah, but why are we not in Irminsul? This is kind of the weird thing. Unless we were created kind of like Albedo was, I don't know.
How did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you.
Well, that's very true. The Fatui have probably done their research. Every conversation with you is hard work. Your attitude is better than I thought. I want to go with the top
Right
one so bad.
now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh? Wait.
Oh, have you found some information? Oh.
This light. It looks similar to those saplings. What could it be?
This has got to be like a memory fragment then.
Anonymous data.
Anonymous?
Hey, don't you forget the agreement! You have to share it with us!
See, so someone's been inputting data into Irminsul if it's anonymous.
Shh. Just wait.
Alright, alright.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatarasuna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
Who's that?
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
So Niwa's the one that actually sabotaged it. But remember, Dottore has what he had, clones of himself in different parts of time.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
Who? That name, Niwa, was the man in charge of the Tatarasuna. Plus, he belongs to the lineage of the Ishan. Ah. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Are we getting another kind of memory? What's going on?
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else. Under your leadership, Tatarasuna is a warm, welcoming place. Like a giant village. People are gainfully employed. Their lives have purpose. They are motivated. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatarasuna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow.
Oh.
The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown. Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade. That is why you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame.
What does he look like, the guy that, Hold on, that ain't his great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather that we ended up helping with the furnace in the world quest, is it?
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same timescale.
I like how we're getting some Inazuma lore as well.
You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique. Even now, you remain one of Tatarasuna's key consultants, working right here alongside us. I believe it is you, sir, who are truly responsible for the changes in our manufacturing and forging methods.
So he wants to stay within the shadows.
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma. And it has been my great honor to befriend you all.
This is normally Fontaine outfit, isn't it?
So you say, Escher.
Escher?
But is this really the truth?
My good sir, what do you mean?
What ulterior motives do you have, Escher?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. Because I didn't want to speculate. And I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? Mounting production problems? Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate.
Is he wanting to cause chaos within Inazuma?
And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace.
Oh.
We've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do.
Oh. And the strange filth, the one that was talking about that was the Zeram, the mushroom tree down in the chaos. Chaos, sorry? The chasm.
None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. This is our last hope.
Oh.
But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise, why would you still be standing there with that smile on your face?
This was all part of his plan.
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
Harboring Fatui?
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher. But Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I. He does things by the book.
And that's why Niwa probably ended up going missing because of Asher?
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torachiyo, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised.
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine. Are you sure you're not a little overqualified?
And I love how they do that because you know with the different outfits where people are from.
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
So we might hear more about Escher once we get to Fontaine. In like a later world quest or an Archon quest or something like that.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem.
But the filth is, the abyss.
I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death. But what about you? What are you still doing here?
I really like the different camera angles and stuff that they're taking with this Archon quest.
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
Not at all.
Drop the act. We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatarasuna has worked. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
No. Did he reach for his knife?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
Don't stab him. Don't stab him. No!
A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
Oh. Oh!
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for.
And Niwa's not going to be able to relay this information because he's probably going to be dead.
I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start.
Well, obviously, if someone comes and you want to do a background check on someone.
It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at all.
You're from Chesnaya?
And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatarasuna.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
Oh, it's the Torre! No way! So I called it with having different people in different parts of time.
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place? Is that it?
Oh, Dottore he is such a good character. Like, having all these different, like, parts of him scattered throughout time. I know Nahida's, deal was in order to destroy each of them scattered, but when he ended up destroying them, they were like, you'll regret this. So I don't know if they've taken on their own kind of personalities, and we're going to see different Dottores over time.
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet, you're a human. You're just missing a heart.
Oh. And this is how Skara plays into it.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. This makes no sense. What are you really trying to accomplish by all this?
So maybe it's
Why go to all this trouble?
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment.
He's been doing experiments even 400 years ago. Why do I feel like Dottore was around during the calamity?
If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
The man in blue, boy. No, I do not have a TARDIS, but I am in blue, sir. Oh, I could tell by his voice that it was the Doctor anyway.
The Fatui? Who? What do you want?
Oh, so the Fatui weren't known 400 years ago then. So they were only getting established back then?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
Just a minor inconvenience.
That's it? That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Ooh. Ooh.
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise.
But the most advanced civilization or technology-wise is Conria. And that would have all been corrupted with the Abyss and stuff like that.
My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind.
I didn't think we'd be We'll be getting the Doctor again in this
It is easier
quest.
for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet. Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
So the Skara was originally Niwa's?
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us. He has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that are people like you.
Damn, this scene is nuts!
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty. Then out of respect for you, I shall redefine myself. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible.
So, the Doctor Dottore has been experimenting on Scaramouche for hundreds of years?
Mr. Niwa? Already dead. What a pity.
Oh, you was the one that stabbed him. Should have stabbed him somewhere. Oh, there he is.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me.
Jester?
Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was.
Who's Jester again? Is that another Fatui or...
I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade. And if not, let's turn him to dust.
Ooh, oh, a little reference there to the burning short that we ended up watching. So this is how Scar ended up joining the Fatui then, because he ended up providing or being useful. Or he's now going to be filled with rage. Scara? Balladeer?
Hey, are you alright?
Not after what he just witnessed, his friend being killed.
Dottore. Dottore!
Oh, that voice actor, I tell you, it's on point, it's on point. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Good. Good.
So the Balladeer is probably going to be going after Dottore then.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine?
I'm afraid so. He was the one behind the Tatarasuna incident. But hold on, if he can take the form of different people, the Doctor can. What if we've already spoken to one that we didn't know about? Or he's gave us information, or the Doctor could even be disguised as an Archon. I don't know. Maybe we've already spoke to one of his, like, people that are disguised.
But why did we see things from his perspective?
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
So he actually didn't eliminate all of them then?
Maybe so. But it means nothing.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace.
Oh. So it was Dottore that ended up telling him to take the device into the furnace. And that's why Scara ended up being useful to the Fatui, because he was able to do it.
You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
This betrayal was a lie that he believed for hundreds of years. Was this part of the Doctor's experiment? Yes. If the betrayal never happened, it existed only in his imagination. But where does this leave him?
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad. Paimon doesn't want to be anywhere near him right now.
Oh yeah, he's just got a revelation of something that he was lied to over 400 years ago. Okay, let's go over there.
You need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Yeah, that's understandable. He is going through a lot at the moment.
I'm confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the Doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up?
Because he ended up killing his friend in the process.
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday. So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the kabuki mono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the Doctor showed up, disguised as a mechanic from Fontaine. And that's when the trouble began. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the Doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in the future.
Yeah, but what other seeds has he been planting then in each? Because he said nation, so he's probably gone to each nation to do something.
Of all the unwitting participants in the Doctor's experiment, the Balladeer became the main test subject. After the events you just saw in that memory, the Doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the Balladeer. Then, he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process.
What?
The load was far beyond what he expected, but the Balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me. What's in it?"
Oh.
The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for." He took it straight from the chest of one of his innocent servants.
Damn, but it ended up being actually Niwa's heart that was in there.
The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The Balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it had protected him from the filth. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the Balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
Oh.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
Dottore is one evil guy. Being betrayed and abandoned by a close friend is sure to cause great resentment. Now we know what was behind his decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden 100 years ago. But it doesn't mean that vengeance was the right decision.
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Well, he's probably going to go after Dottore, surely. Ooh,
Dottore, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Yeah, he is going to have a hatred for the Doctor going forward. And this is where we got to give him some time, yeah. A while later, so some time has passed.
Shall we see how he's doing?
Because I wonder if the Balladeer is going to be wanting to do the same thing, is rip out the Doctor's heart.
Hey, you alright?
Now that would be something. Oh. What's with that look on your face?
That's a scary expression.
You can say that again, Paimon.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend.
We just want to make sure this doesn't affect the plan.
It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
So we must be one of the Doctor's experiments as well.
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here.
So we're somehow
But
connected to
unfortunately,
the events?
there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
None whatsoever? So it's been erased?
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders.
Okay.
Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Tevat.
But surely Irminsul would want to keep tabs on people that are not part of Tevat as like a security precaution, no?
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
No, there's got to be something else in there. Not unexpected, but still,
Don't
thank you.
thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Oh, they probably learned why he was in the Fatui?
Huh? About what?
The reason why there are records about your sister in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria.
Ooh.
Apparently, Conria was her first destination when she arrived in this world.
Really?
Plus, she only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
She only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
The heavenly principle that we ended up meeting at the very beginning of the game?
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your sister for a time.
Huh? So the Jester that Dottore was talking to is another Fatui? And he was also a royal mage in Conria. Huh?
I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this. Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing news.
This is...
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
yes? Because now we know who Dottore is working for. But they're also part of the Fatui, potentially. And also have a connection with our sister.
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Okay, why'd you have to do it menacingly like a JoJo?
Huh?
Oh?
What have you done?
What are you doing?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long.
Is he wanting to say something to us that he doesn't want Lesser Lord Kusanali to know?
I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me.
Hey, that's fair, that's fair. What do you want to know?
Give me your hand.
Excuse me? What, do you want my hand in marriage? Huh?
Can you hear my voice inside your head?
Oh, he's connecting to my consciousness again. Are you trying to brainwash me?
No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you.
Okay.
So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past?
Ooh. Well, do you want to go back in time and save Niwa? Oh. Wait. Why would you ask that?
Done.
Huh? What the? What happened? Paimon only saw you hold hands for a second.
Nothing. I was just thanking him for helping me.
So, are we gonna be able to manipulate the past somehow? Wait, that look. Did he see me hesitate? But that was because I know about Greater Lord of Rukadavera. So yeah, you can change the past. You can get it eliminated from Irminsul. What does he want taken out of Irminsul then? Uh-oh.
So long. I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Hello? I was trying to read that. Why did that auto go?
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Balladeer, stop!
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again.
He's going into Irminsul? Where did
From
he
this
just
day
go?
forth, the names Balladeer and Kabuki Mono will cease to exist.
He's erasing himself. He's erasing himself from Irminsul.
Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
He's erasing it from Irminsul with the little divine power that he has left.
Hey, Balladeer! Don't do anything stupid!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the pests they are. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all.
And that's why he asked us the question.
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we gotta find him somehow.
He's gone. He's gone. I reckon he's...
Oh no, he's really gone.
Oh, can you hear me?
Hello, Nahida, hello? I can hear you.
Nahida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now? I was suddenly cut off by some kind of power.
Yeah, that's because of the Balladeer. And I think he used his last remaining divine power in order to get rid of himself in Irminsul. So he erases himself from history.
It was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you out.
You tell Nahida everything that happened.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left.
Well, that little power must have been still strong.
Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or did he achieve something beyond his abilities, and it took everything he had?
Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault. We were supposed to keep an eye on Nahida.
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it.
I don't think you can.
We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as possible.
Wow. Damn. So the Balladeer is going to be wanting to start fresh then. Same with Niwa and stuff like that. I know he's passed.
And we're at, an inn or something?
I was about to say, this looks beautiful that we just loaded
This is an
into.
emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you.
No, I want to help you. Is there anything I can do?
I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with. Leave this one to me.
An emergency? How bad is it? Nahida, will you be okay?
She's probably going to go search Irminsul,
Don't
isn't
worry.
she?
If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster. Please rest and recover your strength here until I say it's safe.
Yeah, because... No, because the events still end up happening, because if the... I don't know,
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before?
He wanted to know if you could erase the past, and with Greater Lord Rukadevera's past being erased, that answered his question. Paimon doesn't remember Greater Lord Rukadevera, and the Balladeer's question was a strange one. It's hard to explain in full, and the truth might be very distressing for Paimon. I'll skip the part about Greater Lord Rukadevera for now and focus on the Balladeer. You tell Paimon what the Balladeer asked you and what he might be planning.
He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible!
No, it's not. It's not easy, that's for sure. And that's why I think the Dottore has done that and changed the past.
Right! You can't just rewrite history. All that stuff happened already in real life. It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it.
Yeah, and we do remember the past with some events. Yeah, great example.
So, why does Paimon still have a bad feeling about this? Paimon can't help but feel scared about what he might do.
Because he essentially just got rid of himself, so he doesn't exist.
Paimon's so confused.
Yeah, maybe he wants to erase himself from history. Oh, Paimon! Are you okay? We're gonna have to pay for that.
Sorry. Paimon accidentally... It's the Balladeer's fault for causing Paimon all this mental stress. But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul?
Not necessarily, but maybe.
Uh-oh. Paimon's head is overheating from trying to understand what he's up to. And it's still not working.
Paimon, don't stress yourself. Just have a sunset here and just let us do it.
Paimon's had it with that little brat. He's been nothing but trouble ever since we met him. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too?
Ooh. That's true. So everyone's gonna forget that he existed. So the Doctor, Niwa, the Shogun. Indeed, if the Balladeer does erase himself from Irminsul, many people in Imazuma will be affected. I can't imagine what that situation would look like. Worst case scenario, it will affect everyone with a connection to the Raiden, Gokuden, Kazuha, Ayaka, and Ayato. Will that mean that they're disappeared?
There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do next?
I don't think they would end up disappearing because we got rid of Greater Lord Rukadevera and people didn't end up disappearing.
Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still so worried. Paimon won't be able to sleep a wink tonight.
Oh, me neither.
How about, we list all our favorite foods to take our mind off things? Heck, doesn't work, Paimon's probably gonna collapse of anxiety here.
I'm gonna have to say the sweet madame.
Alright, Paimon will start. First dish. Munstack grilled fish.
Ooh.
Oh, and chicken mushroom skewers. Tea break pancakes.
Ooh,
Cream
damn.
stew. Sauteed matsutake.
Well, that matsutake is actually
And
kind of hard to
drained
get hold of.
cherry chicken. Almond tofu. Satisfying salad. Also, Adeptus Temptation.
Oh, well,
Golden
that one's
shrimp
rather
balls,
expensive.
Triple layered consomme. Lotus seed and bird egg soup. And
Damn, Paimon, you know so much food. She could honestly become a chef with Escoffier. Paimon, you overslept. Paimon, what's wrong?
what was Paimon supposed to be doing just now?
Why are you giving me this eerie-ass music as Paimon forgot her memory?
Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon suddenly can't remember what she was talking about.
You were getting
What
so
was it
worried about
again?
the situation with the Balladeer.
The Balladeer? Is that a food too? Huh. Weird name, though.
Oh, it's already taken effect. She's forgot who he is. Huh? It's already happened. Bombastic side-eye. Paimon doesn't remember the Balladeer, so that must mean he actually pulled it off. But how did he have that ability? This doesn't make sense.
What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers.
Wait.
Was it something Paimon said?
No, it's just the mushroom soup I had. No, it's nothing.
So, the Balladeer. Is that someone's name? 'Cause it sounds like a nickname or something.
Oh no, what am I going to do? If this is really happening, I need to know what else has changed. Paimon, come with me.
Okay, sure. Where are we going?
I want to go back to Inazuma. Yeah, we gotta go talk to Ayaka, Ayato, the Raiden Shogun.
Huh? Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay? You're acting like this is an emergency.
Yes, emergency food. Let's get over there first, okay? Oh my. Like it's 7,000 meters. Wow. Wow, that's so far. Oh my. I don't know who we're talking to first. I would have thought we would have went straight to the Raiden Shogun. But obviously not. Hello? Anamoa? Togo? Oh, it's the old geezer.
We've made it to Amanoma Smithy.
Ah, it's been a while.
It has indeed. Pardon me, I'd like to ask a question, if I may.
Of course. Go ahead.
Ooh. Could you tell me that story one more time?
Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more.
He's gonna forget, isn't
The
he?
once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But fortunately, Kaede Harakazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original Gokuden 5.
Okay, that seems to be all in order, I think.
If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
I was indeed.
Oh, yeah, we were. Paimon remembers that now. They learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then, too. It seems like such a shame.
What was the reason behind their decline?
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed. In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaedehara Kazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, it was right that I should know the truth. There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. It is a dark and sorrowful tale.
I've played Genshin, I'm ready for it.
The Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Vengeful? Why?
Oh?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster.
Let's see if this ends up changing.
Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan.
Oh, did he? Oh, interesting. Okay, so they still remember Niwa.
Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out.
Oh. Oh.
The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphaned son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world.
Would that be the Balladeer?
In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty Shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet he could do nothing to change it.
That was the events of Scaramouche, wasn't it, 100 years ago?
Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokuden.
I don't know if this part has to do with Skara.
But
I
when
don't
he
think it
came
does.
to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life.
No, that's not referring to Skara.
That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day.
Oh.
I suppose they were the lucky ones, under the dire circumstances.
I don't know if that was talked about or shown in Kazuha's story quest. It's been a long while since I've done that. The legend of the Raiden Gokuden has changed. Someone else attacked the swordsmiths. It looks like the Balladeer did something in Irminsul, but it seems Niwa still died.
Is there anything else you wanted to ask?
Have you seen Kazuha recently, Paimon?
Kazuha?
Oh,
Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while over some tea. He seemed well.
Whew. So he still exists, and he's the same Kazuha I know. Things don't seem as bad as I feared last night. That's all. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
But Niwa the story ended up changing that he died heroically.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right? Your expression says it all. You can't hide anything from Paimon.
All right, where are we going to
the
next then?
stop. Lead the way, traveler. Paimon will be right behind you.
All right then, let's go. Go to the Yashiro Commission. Yes. Am I going to see my boy? Please tell me Ayato. Please tell me we're going to be talking to him. Yes, come on.
We're here. This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters,
So we want to see Ayato.
Traveler, it's been a while.
Hello.
If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate. They're not here right now.
What do you mean they're not here right now?
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back.
Yes, I will wait.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
Thank you. We'll take you in. We'll take you up on that offer. We can take a walk in the courtyard.
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it should be okay.
Thank you so much.
We'll be heading in then. Thanks.
Grab some food and wait. Oh, hello.
Dears. Is there something you want to say?
Hello, ma'am. Can I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course, traveler. Yes, I know who you are. Miss Kamisato has told me about you.
Oh, has she?
What would you like to know?
How are the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato these days?
Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits to some local organizations on the Commissioner's behalf. As for the Commissioner himself, well, you know, busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although, he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days.
Hey, that's good. That's funny because I brought his weapon home recently. He's
so
got it finally.
Much business as usual in the Yashiro Commission, huh?
Yeah, nothing changed, nothing out of the ordinary.
Very much so.
Ayato is still the Yashiro Commissioner, and Ayaka is still the Lady of the House, so no changes there. As far as I can see, nothing changed in the Yashiro Commission either. I was expecting as much, but it's still a big relief to know that the Kamisato siblings are both safe and well.
Got any more questions?
That's all for now. Many thanks.
You're very welcome. In fact, I would love nothing more than for you to come and visit more often. But I'm sure you must be far too busy to have time for that.
Yes, we're rather busy with the old R&R geezers, the old mushrooms.
Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. She seems so thrilled to have you as a friend. And she's always saying how talented you are.
She's friend-zoned the traveler.
Much she admires you. I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here. So you're not just Miss Kamisato's knight in shining armor, you know.
Stop.
You're a hero to us all.
Hey, stop it. I'm flat. Damn, that scenery in the background, having a squirrel moment is beautiful. I'm flattered I'm no Prince Charming.
I mean it.
Damn. If you were 20 years younger, how about I take you out on a date, huh?
Whenever the Commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins
we ain't
him.
seen Toma for a
I
while.
always find myself at my most relaxed when I'm serving the two of them and listening to them chat away.
No, because Toma was the one that ended up greeting us when we originally turned up to Imazuma on the
The
boat.
commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't always have the chance to take his meals at home. But given the opportunity, he always prefers to dine here.
You can't beat some home cooking.
They say it's because Toma's a much better chef than most. The commissioner is so fond of home comforts.
Who could honestly blame him?
They get to talking about you sometimes too, you know.
Really?
Always with a very fond tone. The way one would talk about dear old friends around whom one can truly be themselves.
Well, we honestly did too
Miss
much.
Kamisato occasionally joins them as well. Whenever the whole family gets together and they start talking about people they've met and experiences they've had, you always get a mention.
She sounds drunk.
It's been many years now since the late Mr. and Mrs. Kamisato passed away. Much has happened in the Kamisato clan in that time.
I thought you said Ayato passed then.
As someone who is old and gray enough to have watched their son and daughter grow up, it makes me so happy to see them meet a dependable friend whose company they enjoy so much. So, in the future, if you ever do have the time, please know you are always very welcome at the Yashiro Commission headquarters.
I want to give her a
There
hug.
will always be at least one old lady who would be delighted to have the pleasure of your company.
Thank you. The people of the Kamisato clan are very dear friends to me.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Paimon likes it here too. Also, you were saying something about the food here being really great.
That's Toma. That's
Paimon's
Toma.
itching to try it. We may just have to invite ourselves around for dinner sometime. Paimon meant we should come pay a visit again real soon. Ideally around dinner time.
Well, talk to Toma and we get something arranged then.
Of course. You're always welcome.
Oh,
Alright, goodbye for now. Where are we going next?
The Tatarasuna.
Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see ourselves out.
All right, then. Take care now.
Bye.
Hope to see you soon.
Give her the old Queen's wave. Ta-ta, my love.
Are you two leaving already?
Yeah, we got the information that we need.
Everything's taken care of now. Don't worry.
Even though I'm not going to see Ayato.
Very well. Safe travels. Goodbye.
Farewell. We're not going to see our boy. I'm just going to... Oh, 1,800 meters? Now, where would that be? Ah, the tat... So it is! Tatarasuna. Hold on. So did I make the correct assumption that the Fontaine geezer that I've been helping with the world quest in order to do this furnace might actually have been Ditore? Disguised? That would be honestly such a cool revelation if that was. Because we ended up completing this world quest. Oh, there he is!
Well, here we are. But what are we looking for?
Oh, someone needs my
Something?
attention.
Or someone?
Come here then, buddy. I'm glad that we ended up wrapping up this world quest then recently. Like, very recently.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the Traveler and Paimon?
Oh, it's nice to hear your voice for the first time. Hello. Now, I'm kind of sus. Are you Ditore in disguise? Now, that's going to make me question every NPC that I talk to.
Xavier? What are you doing here?
Yeah, we ended up completing the world quest and we ended up containing the
I was in the
furnace.
general area, and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
We need to find some information.
Thought you might be able to
Do you know much about the Tatarasuna?
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth.
I know, we've done
If
it.
there's anything you want to know, just ask away.
How well do you understand the history of this area?
Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before.
But you never gone in there, have you? Always send me in there.
Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here.
Go on, I'm listening.
Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago.
About 400 years ago.
I'm told that its history as one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
1,000 years?
A couple? When exactly?
Yes, please do enlighten us.
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then too.
Oh.
They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
So Esther has not been forgotten to time, then? Mechanic, huh? Looks like the doctor still sabotaged the furnace, leaving to all ensuing chaos.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatarasuna? Come on, ask already!
I am. I'm trying to piece this all together like a detective.
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
No, I'm just getting all the past
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge?
Pretty much. So, can I ask you one more question, Javier?
Sure, go ahead.
Are you actually Javier? Have you ever heard of the Kabuki Mono connected to the Tatsunura?
A Kabuki Mono? No, I can't say that I have.
Oh, so that has been erased from
I do know the word.
The past?
Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a Kabuki Mono where Tatarasuna is concerned.
Oh. So there's no Kabuki Mono. Did the Balladeer really manage to erase himself from the history completely? If so, he must have wanted to change the world and revert everything back to the way it was. But so far, it looks like the majority of the changes have only affected himself. Thank you, Javier.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Anytime. I would have loved to have the World Quest like, they had his voice. They should have just voiced it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay, bye, Xavier.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy to help. Farewell.
Ta-ta. You take care of yourself now.
Looks
You be
like
careful
you got
with
all
that
the
furnace.
information you're looking for.
Time to go back and see Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Sure, but what's up with you today? Whatever it is, it seems like it's really troubling you.
No, what's wrong with you today, Paimon, huh? You're not eating as much today, huh? Your appetite off?
Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens,
Spinal
Paimon will
Crocodile?
always be there for you.
That's a first. Well, thank you, Paimon.
Hey, don't mention it.
I imagine Totore was actually disguised as Paimon this entire time.
Alright, let's head off and go meet Nahida.
Just so Totore can keep an eye on the traveler this entire time throughout his quest. Ooh, return to the Sanctuary of Sudastada. So I will see you in just a moment. Nahida, I have arrived.
Hey, it's them.
Oh no, are we going to be telling them about what we've learned? Run!
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Well, obviously they're wanting to find information, aren't they? Are you still talking about the essay?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
What have you
We
learned?
have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
What else would we talk about? Maybe food, Paimon?
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we join them?
I don't think we have the time, Paimon. Perfect. These two have researched the Tatarasuna's past. Let's hear what they have to say and see if anything has changed.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress.
The article that you let me read last time was great. Can I read it again?
Huh? Oh, of course.
I didn't read this guy's notes. Because there's so much. Into device armory officer, so I wouldn't know what has changed. Maybe... Oh. Okay, they have highlighted it. I'm guessing this has been added. A great many of these rumors revolved around the yokai, who are very characteristic of Imazuma's folk history. A very small portion, however, mentioned the word outsider. It should be known that the appearance of such a character, who is suspected to be based on a real person, is a very curious case. The fact drew the attention of the researchers to delve further, and eventually the following pieces of information came to light. A foreign mechanic once visited Tatarasuna. Reportedly, the reason for his immigration was to exchange knowledge and forge ties with the locals. However, the mechanic seemed to behave suspiciously, often wandering around essential or restricted areas, as if someone tried to turn him away. They would only earn incomprehensible mumbles from his lips. The mechanic often stared into the furnace, seemingly to check on its condition. Unsettlingly, he also spent a substantial amount of time watching the local residents. Judging from the era, it was not uncommon to see the cross-cultural exchange of technical knowledge in planes such as the Tatarasuna. After traveling across the tides, foreign experts begin welcome in the region was likely not unreasonable either, yet a calamity came not long after the exchange of knowledge, which hints at the high potential for the causation between these events. However, some current residents believe that these assumptions were merely the results of the forebearers' overreactive imaginations attempting to theorize how things actually unfolded. Oh my. Oh, and the mechanic, here we go. Long have I delved through the many texts and documents, but I was ultimately unable to decipher even a spectre of a clue as to his background. Still, mentions of the mechanic grew scarer in the aftermath of the Tatarasuna incident. I speculated that instead of the mechanic possibly being a figure woven from overripe imaginations, he actually did exist, or perhaps even had a hand in the events that took place in the Tatarasuna.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well. Here.
See if any of yours has changed, naturally. Mirazuki hid his grin upon hearing this. Nino realized the lizard from his hands in the Tatsuguri palm. Ooh. But just as more words were to be exchanged, someone came walking nearby, their footsteps steady and confident. The head that appeared by the door was that of one from abroad. The newcomer placed some lunchboxes to one side, nodded and made to leave. Tatsuguri called out after him, "Sir, what about your meal? Are you not hungry?" The man smiled upon hearing Tatsuguri's words. "I ate already. I hope that you, my lords, may also find time to sate your hunger soon. You are our great guest, sir. To see you help in these trifling matters fills me with embarrassment," Niwa said with sincerity. The man smiled as if it was no matter, then with a nod he departed. So that was the doctor then, giving them food. Like a falling spear, the black cloud reached the bottom of the boat and was joined in the befitness of direction. Like a charging beast, they plunged into the shoreline. Scant steps away, the mechanic laughed, slowly approaching the grand wreck. Naught but half an arm was left of the one who had cried out for help, and it was a plop. It landed at the mechanic's feet, who crouched to better study the object, straining against the urge to take a bite. Yet he did not. for the dark cloud swirling down had already picked the remnants of the ship clean. Whoa. Then a second ship was sent, followed by a third and a fourth. Each who left to seek salvation did under the soul skies and the bleak fortunes. Regions dictate that they should not have risked anyone else, but the situation in Tatarasuna was severe. They needed to gain aid from Inazuma, even should it cost them more lives. So what other disasters has Dottore been a part of then? The content has changed, another effect of tampering with the information in Irminsul. The Balladeer said he'd erased 2 of his names, and if he really succeeded, he must have taken all of his might.
Well,
still,
what do you think?
A masterpiece, truly magnificent.
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma. So how about we tell them what we learned?
Sure, we can do that, Palmer.
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma, and...
And I'm gonna cut to a black screen and give you some text. You tell the 2 writers what you've learned about the Riding Kokiden.
So many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Anytime, don't you worry. Oh, and we see the pyramid in the background as well. That's so cool.
Well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Arminoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be true.
Yes, he is at the smithing place, if you want to go see him.
So there's no ghost story here after all.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
We got some things to take care of. Bye for now.
I'm so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much for the information.
Hey, don't worry about it anytime.
See ya.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Maybe.
Will do.
Paimon, you're keeping to that promise, not me. Oh, hello. There's another researcher. Oh, God, I love your monocle. But we need to go talk to Nahida to see if she ended up sorting out the problem. I don't think she did, because it seems like the Balladeer has been erased from Irminsul. But this might be what him wanting to have a fresh start as well. How are we looking, Nahida?
We're here!
Traveler, Paimon, how have you been?
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then he decided he wanted to go to Inazuma.
You were talking about food and then you passed out. I was investigating the situation with the Balladeer.
Balladeer? This sounds like some kind of code name.
Oh, so Nahida's completely forgot about him as well. Oh no, and I'm the only one.
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
Even Nahida doesn't remember, just like last time. Any changes to Irminsul affect her as well. That's nuts. She's like the Archon of wisdom. And she ends up forgetting stuff that has been deleted in Irminsul. The Balladeer acted quickly. He finished erasing himself before Nahida could stop him. I'm the only one who still remembers the things that were erased. Once again, I am the record keeper.
Traveler?
Oh? Oh. I wonder then if we have more memories that have just been like fuzzy or that we can't remember. And that we might end up remembering at some point, as we are the record keeper of Teyvat, it seems like.
Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
There are things that have happened that only I can remember. I have to tell you the truth. Oh, what about both? About the Balladeer and also Greater Lord Rookadavera as well? With a heavy heart, you piece back together the story that was broken and scattered across time. There once was one named the Balladeer, created by the Electro Archon. He was a puppet who lived amongst men. After a series of events in Tatarasuna, the Balladeer, thinking he had been thrice betrayed, left Irminsul to roam the world beyond. With no trust for humans and only loathing for the gods, he bore his grudge for years. As he grew in strength, then returned to Irminsul to take his revenge. He tried in vain to become a deity with a gnosis and ended up losing everything. Finally, he entered Irminsul and learnt the truth behind his betrayal. Knowing now that his entire life was built on lies, he did the unthinkable in the attempt to reverse his tragic fate.
That's quite a story.
Well, he was successful in doing so, though.
This puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past.
Well, he did.
But how was he even able to do that?
With the divine power that he had.
As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it.
But you was the one that ended up nursing him out of the coma and helped him.
Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality.
So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because, well, because he literally changed the world?
Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it.
Greater Lord Rukadavera.
The Traveler comes from a world beyond to that. That's why there's no information about him in Irminsul, and it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect him.
So ourselves and our sister may have information that maybe some other people need to know.
So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it.
You can say that again.
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this Balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it?
I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
I'm really not sure about all of it. We were enemies after all. I don't know his perspective on all of this, so I can't say why he did something so extreme. Did he want to reset everything? Or save someone? Or did he want to completely undo his existence? Everything could be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all. Maybe that's all there is to it. I still remember the question he asked. He asked me specifically, and my hesitation gave him his answer. I hesitated because I witnessed Greater Lord Rukadavera erase her own existence, but I can't tell Nahida that. To put it another way, I know why the Balladeer was so sure it could work, but I can't tell them that. Yeah, he knew that instantly when we answered the question and hesitated. He was like, well, it's happened before, someone's done it, so I can do it.
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share?
He chose such a radical option, and yet...
It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right?
Yes.
Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try.
Ultimately, they still ended up being sacrificed in the Tatsuma.
The story makes sense. Every part of it. The Balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
So what's happened to... It's just lost in Irminsul? Like, his puppet body, essentially, is still there, maybe? Nahida, can you look?
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends.
Yeah, it did.
It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Oh, he ended up understanding and got the truth. Yeah, he changed the world in many ways, and yet the dead still didn't get a second chance. Those fated to a tragic end could not be saved. What exactly did he want to fight back against? The betrayals in his life? Or did he wish he'd never existed at all?
Please wait a moment. I want to check something.
Is that another Queen reference as well? It never existed
Found
at
it.
all.
This should be the one.
Oh, what is that?
It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything he has told us.
Oh?
What is it?
A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner.
Left by the Balladeer, maybe?
You should take a look.
Surprisingly, the information is presented to you in a way that resembles a fairy tale.
A fairy tale? Who wrote it?
This matches everything I said.
I authored this record myself.
So hold on, some of the books in Teyvat hold some of the events that may have been erased from Irminsul?
Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the Balladeer?
So potentially some of Teyvat's lore is hidden within the books?
When combined with the Traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else.
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
Yes. Any information about the Balladeer or the Kabuki Mono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact.
Is there any more of these in Irminsul that you can have a look at?
Changing the information in Irminsul changes Teyvat.
That's nuts. That one thing controls all of Teyvat.
But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the Balladeer entered Irminsul.
Ah, so she anticipated that the Balladeer may have done something like he did?
That's incredible! What a great idea!
And sending the Traveler into Irminsul with the Balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew he'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul.
So now can she put this into Irminsul as fact? This little, memo
But
that
if
she
we
has?
connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one he told us. The now erased life of the Balladeer.
Oh.
There was once
Wow.
a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own.
So this is the Balladeer essentially as a puppet with the humans.
Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans.
Oh.
The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us.
No.
Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice.
Oh. Is this kind of a... Cause we still haven't seen Dottore burning what looked like Irminsul as well. But that kind of just gave me the memory of that.
A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure.
I love this art style as well.
The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin."
No.
The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good.
Oh, I feel so bad for Skara. Slash the Balladeer.
Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight.
Though.
If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content.
Oh? Oh? Is there a way to destroy the moon then? How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. Is this something that could actually happen in Tibet?
I will become the new moon, the answer to everything.
Huh?
Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
Oh, I will become the new moon. So someone can become moons? How is that? How is that possible?
We solved it!
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened.
Now, I'm wondering if Greater Lord Rukadevera ended up storing any of these as well in Irminsul or anyone else.
To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet.
Aww. Can we get some love in the comments for Skara / the Balladeer?
This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use.
I did think that when we were doing Act 5, that they wanted to try and control
I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams,
Archon.
and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
Oh.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, He confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world.
And that's where the technology is most advanced. That is where the Abyss ended up fighting. There's so much stuff connected to Conria. Also, the massive golems as well.
We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
Wow. I've never had this feeling before. It feels like an insignificant as a feather.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much
Paimon,
better.
you hated his guts.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot.
Yeah.
Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination.
Damn, the heat always hit with the hard words.
And that is what you have been doing all along.
Oh.
Yeah, Nahida's right. Cheer up. How about we go get something to eat?
Oh my
We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
No, I'm not hungry.
Idea. Paimon, why don't you take him out for a walk to clear his head?
You got it. Come on,
What am I, a
traveler.
dog?
You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk.
Oh, alright. I have no choice in the matter then.
In the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits.
Alright, let's go
It must be
take a
really
walk.
tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
So maybe that's why we have to reunite with our sister, because maybe we have some information that we don't know about that we need to tell our sister. That then dictate what's going to happen in the future, maybe? Because if she's from Teyvat, then she is connected to Irminsul, so she's going to have her memory erased. She's not going to be able to remember certain events and stuff like that. But we are? But the only thing is, how long have we actually... that's the thing, how long have we been on Teyvat? That's still a little bit fuzzy to me. I can't really remember. I know that we had a nap for a couple hundred years, I think. And it was like 2 weeks after we ended up finding Paimon in the pond. Well, it's still a little bit weird. And maybe Paimon is a descender? I don't know. Who am I supposed to be finding or... Oh, I've still got to go a little bit more down. Okay, I will see you in just a moment. I think I need to pick up some books as well. I ended up grabbing the books that I needed in order to wrap out the achievements. I can show you quickly which ones they were. It was these ones. To be honest, the card looks really, really cool. And I might actually put that on. But I also grabbed 2 quest text books as well. I didn't know that they were actually in there, so that is kind of handy that we ended up picking them up as well, because they're to do with the desert, and we've been progressing slowly with the world quest and quests relating to King Deshra out in the desert, and it's been phenomenal. It really has. So now we've got to go to the Grand Bazaar, just take our mind off things and take it nice and calm. Come on, Paimon, let's find some food, shall we?
We're here! What should we eat first?
Oh, I don't know. What have you got in mind? I'll eat whatever you have. I have a nagging feeling like there's something I'm missing, something important I'm forgetting.
Hey, are you gonna answer or what?
Sorry, I'm just daydreaming. Sorry, it's just, give me a minute. I'm still processing. What are you trying to remember, Aether?
Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
Oh, nice. Why are we panning over to the merchants, though, in the place? Come on, Breed! Let's dig this out. It's gotta be in there somewhere. It was something about Irminsul and deleting oneself. It's gotta be Greater Lord Rukadavera, though, isn't it? That's the only deleting that we know of at the moment. Greater Lord Rukadavera, Forbidden Knowledge Nahida. Come on! Come on, you gotta...
Have you figured it all out?
Yeah, Paimon, you put me off. Alright, I'm trying to think. Huh? Yes! That was it! Greater Lord Rukadavera said that no one can erase themselves from existence, not even her. Otherwise, why would she need to create her own reincarnation in Lesser Lord Kusanali to do the deletion for her? There would be no point.
Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
Because I have done it! I have found what I need. No, I can't tell Paimon. She doesn't know about Greater Lord Rukadavera. But this is a crucially important detail. It's simply not possible for the Balladeer to completely erase his own existence. In which case, the first question is, what happened to him then?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small
No
problem with the last
way!
bill. Look, here.
How is he out of Irminsul? And he's also got a completely different outfit as well. Oh, Nani!
Hey! Hey, wait!
Oh, someone stole your watermelons!
You mean me?
No, he doesn't mean you.
No, not you. That kid! Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off.
Sounds like something Baimon would do.
Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? Work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
Damn, he's woke up, essentially fresh out the womb, and he's already working?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
The only logical thing I can think of that he ended up surviving going into Irminsul is because he's a puppet, and he's been through all them years and years of torture. So this was just another etching on the woodwork.
Who's that guy? You know him or something?
That guy is the Balladeer.
He's who?
The Balladeer?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
Oh, he's just trying to help the kid out.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
So has he ended up taking up a different kind of persona, or maybe a different name now then? Because we've got Scaramouche, the Balladeer.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsettias. And I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
Well, we probably have over about 200 of them,
Leave it to
so
me.
we can help
I'll
out.
find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually.
I don't think he will.
You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a drifter or something?
Hold on, how long has he been out of Irminsul? And he's probably just happy and grateful, or just liking the fact that he's being accepted.
That's right, I am. We can talk more
Oh,
about that
wanderer.
later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsettias, was it? I'll be right back.
So did he not have a name and he's just kind of just picked that up?
Hey, what do we do now?
Let's follow him, Assassin's Creed
Stay
style.
out of sight. Don't let him see you.
Well, he'll probably end up seeing you or hearing you first, actually, Paimon. Before we end up finding him. Where'd he... Damn, he moved quick. Where's he gone? Follow the person you just saw. Alright, move it, move it, move it, move it, move it. Is he taking in the sights, getting the Sunsettias? Hey, I know a good spot. Real prime real estate for the sunsetters. Okay, what did Naruto run out of the Sumeru city? Where did he end up going? I wonder.
Yeah, this'll do.
Oh, yeah, make it stealth. We're just standing there like absolute plonkers. I'm surprised the security guards are not wondering what we're doing.
Even though you say he's the Balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsettias? Isn't that a bit too cruel?
Shush, Paimon, shush.
Oh, all right.
See, I told you they would hear your voice first.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back.
He's actually... So, or maybe Irminsul has deleted Skara / the Balladeer, and now he's someone completely new. If I wasn't seeing this with my own eyes, I would never believe it. Oh, why can't I... Oh, I'd love to have Aether's voice back. Huh? No, don't mind me, I'm just taking in... Oh, look at that beautiful squirrel up there.
You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
Nothing at all, sir. No, just wondering if there's any more Sunsettias over there.
He spotted us!
Paimon, don't act sus.
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice.
You're right, we were following you. You just gonna straight out come out and say that?
Have we met before?
Look at the size of them! They're bigger than Paimon.
No, we haven't met. But you know me?
Yes, I do.
I have no recollection.
It's complicated, but I do know you. If you would like to come with me.
Are you absolutely sure?
Paimon, yes. Don't be doubting me.
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
I can prove it. You can't just drop that on a person. Imagine you got approached and someone was like, yeah, you're a puppet. I'd be like, oh yeah, alright, calm yourself down. What do you think I am, Pinocchio?
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh? Oh? That's not going to trigger some sort of memory, is it?
You were right. The look on his face.
Oh.
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people.
Oh no, okay, so the Wanderer knows that he's a puppet.
Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important.
Somewhere I want to take you. This is not the way to approach someone.
Please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Yeah, that's understandable, hearing what your boss has been going through.
Are you really
recently.
working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it. Is that true?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
Oh. So, did he end up just descending down? Is he a descender now as well? Coming out of Irminsul, or did you just sprout out of the ground?
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
That sounds good, alright.
Let's return to the city.
Let's go, Nahida! You're not gonna believe the gossip that we have got and who we have found during our travels. Oh my, get the tea and biscuits. Nahida, you're not gonna believe it. Back to the grocery store. If we're able to buy anything from this merchant in the future, I'm gonna make sure to buy stuff from him as well.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Hello, we would like a job.
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
He's so sincere. Unbelievable, we were just having this conversation.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
What? No, I don't want them more.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining.
Well, he doesn't have anywhere to be. He's like Reacher, but for, Tibet.
Imagine you and me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry?
No, can't answer that one, boss.
But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
Oh.
But I don't...
But I don't have a heart. I don't age. I'm over 400 years. God damn it.
You're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
Oh, so this might be kind of like a Scar redemption arc where he's just gonna go travel to that. We find him when we go into later, like Fontaine, Natlan, Shesnaya maybe. And if he remembers, he's definitely gonna be tracking down Dottore. He's gonna want some vengeance. And, that'd be nice.
Alright, done. Thanks for waiting for me. We can go now.
Just a certain someone would like to see you. Oh, no way, investigate? No, I can rob his stuff? Can I buy anything?
Don't worry about me.
Oh, I can no, I'm stepping over his food. Oh, no. We just robbed his sunset here. And carrot. Oh, damn it, I'm so sorry. I've become part of the problem that you were trying to deal with. The developer's done that on purpose. They know that we needed stoinks. Certainly Sensetius as well. We're running low on them. Hold on, let me see how many we have. Oh yes, 82. Yes, I did need an extra one to add to my collection. Now, Nahida. Oh no, hold on, where are we going? Oh yeah, we are going to Nahida. I was just trying to go back to talk to Al Haytham. It's been so long. Nahida! So what are we going to be giving him? This personal box of information that Nahida... Damn, she's an iPad baby.
What's wrong? Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
Is he aware that she's the Archon as well? See, what memories has he pertained?
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
This is one of my favorite music in Genshin so far. You tell Lesser Lord Kusanali what happened in the Grand Bazaar.
You say that you are trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Oh, interesting. So how did he get the name?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
Do we want to be giving him the full information of his past, though?
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain.
Yeah, can you just give him that memory box that you had?
I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation.
Ah, yeah, so a new body or a new... How? No, a new Skara, essentially. Someone new has taken over the puppet.
Oh, like a past life or something?
Yeah, like... Nahida!
Yes, something far more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation?
Dennis the Menace. Paimon, you don't even know.
Oh, okay. I see.
Let me catch him up.
You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation.
We're just trying to think where to start.
If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear.
And will he be just as angry at to talk? Most probably. Someone doing you dirty like that and manipulating you for 400 years.
But I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
That's like something Yoda would do, and then he's like...
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Oh yeah, the truth is always good.
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you.
There we
In
go.
your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil.
Evil with the little pinky as well.
You nearly died because of what other people did, and many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike.
You went to Imazuma and you tried to mess stuff up, boy.
You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart.
And it's crazy that he even tried to, like, change his past. The outcomes of different characters would change, but Signora still ended up there, boy.
Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
Yeah. Nahida tells the Wanderer about his past. God damn, that is a revelation.
But it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
But is Nahida going to explain how he's able to come out of Irminsul? I know probably because he's a puppet, but... It's still kind of like,
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time. A chain of cause and effect. A cycle of karma and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
No. Oh, look at... Oh, he's giving Nahida the puppy eyes and we're just like bombastic side-eye. Yeah, Yep. You weren't likable at all.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but... Yeah, we weren't your biggest fans.
Yeah, we were each other's enemies.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
Because we have empathy.
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street!
Palmer. Put your frustrations towards Dottore, alright? That man seems to be the #1 villain.
He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything. What a weird situation.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Oh yeah, the Archon of your capital city is gonna be a reliable source.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Oh, she is?
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to experience my own transgressions.
Yeah, because if he does even have any underlying kind of like tiny percentages that is like, maybe this is not true, then these memories are going to put that to rest.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Oh, but this is the arc, the redemption arc that you need to do. You need to go find something that you can cling to and love and enjoy to that with.
Very well. As you wish.
Oh, here we go.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Oh, is she gonna take him back into Irminsul?
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Oh, just in case anything that happens again, Nahida, I'm gonna be the information relay. Oh, yeah, understand.
Good point. Given your, unique situation, we'd better keep an eye on you.
Yeah, because if he gets his memories back and kind of has, like, his same kind of persona that he did, or, like, even goes back to a little bit of his old self, then we got to be careful.
Understood.
While in Irminsul.
Thank you. Now, prepare yourselves, everyone.
Yes. Oh, enter the memory. Oh, the memories of a certain puppet. He can be the Balladeer, the harbinger of the Fatui, and he can also be the Koopa Bokemono, was once sighted in the Tatarasuna. Interesting. I don't think I need any sort of elements. Into the domain we go. Oh,
This
I didn't think
looks
we'd...
like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories.
Oh.
These memories will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world. Please be careful.
Sounds like an immersive experience. It's a good thing we came along.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
Well, we're kind of curious as well what ends up happening.
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that was your doing.
And now we're just here to finish the job.
All right. Thanks.
Wanderer,
No worries.
this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories here.
Ooh, that's gonna be hitting deep, isn't it? Nahida, damn!
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
You could say that, in a sense. You'll see why shortly.
Ooh, are we gonna see the
I
Shogun?
hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners?
No.
No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved, too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Oh, he was found.
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured?
Don't worry about all of that.
Huh. Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
He's gonna be in the outfit that we most know
This
him
man
for.
is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichio's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna.
Yeah, because Tatarasuna, he was also in the essay that we
And the
ended up
rest is
reading.
history. Well, it used to be.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after.
That was such a plot twist, and it's even now it's like, who have we spoken to that could potentially be Dottore that kind of led us astray or away from a path that we were meant to go down in this story, or we didn't get some information that we were meant to because he ended up taking that person's body. I don't even know how it works.
As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
I know, it's a lot to take in.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Doesn't always happen that way, sadly. Ah, the good die young. Oh, Stoics! The Wanderer, you didn't say about them, did you? I don't know if you know about them, my boy. But keep your eyes peeled for any more kind of chests.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Listen to the audio.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
That's fine with me.
There you go, with any sort of name.
Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Ooh, I'll take. Hey, game! Because of my wanting of stoinks, you end up zapping me. Are you trying to train me? What? Oh yeah, it's to do with the memory, isn't it? The Nahida is showing us. I don't know if there is any other chests. I don't think there are. I want to be thorough in my investigation.
Huh? What are we doing back here?
Oh no, I hear voices. We're on a loop. Oh. Have we ran into some sort of problem where it's going to be showing us within intertwined some memories as well?
This is where you were born? It's pretty. But there's nobody here.
No, don't tell me this is the kid in the animated short. No!
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay.
Oh.
I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick.
And that's from the crystal marrow, isn't it, where the kid's getting sick because he's absorbing the filth.
He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
But you can't. You promised me.
Aww. He doesn't want the kid to die because he doesn't have a heart, so he can just continuously live.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the Balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him.
Aww.
After leaving Tatarasuna, the Balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
He found a purpose. He found something worth living.
What happened to the child then?
Paimon. Oh, just rub her head. Paimon. Oh, you're so innocent.
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The Balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Oh.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too.
He did. I don't think it was his choice. He's like, yep, I'm just gonna peace out today, you know what I mean? This sand looks rather tasty. I'm just gonna lay down here. And surely now he can even see that as well. The kid didn't betray him. He died.
The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Oh, if that scene would have carried on anymore, them tears would have been rolling.
Let's keep going.
Oh, man. They really know how to hit you in the feels, don't they, with the storytelling of Genshin. Oh. Man. Ooh, hey! And then you keep me on my toes like that because there's a trap. It's like, no, focus, concentrate. There's no stories in here, son. Continue onwards. Focus up. We got more of the story to tell you. I'm like, okay.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
It's sobbing as I'm...
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting.
Who is the jester? I don't know who they are. Am I meant to know already who they are?
Wielded with an iron will.
Oh, I want to hear the audio.
Are you trying to win me over?
The rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Oh, so that's him recruiting him. So that was after the events of the Tatarasuna. Oh, we got the crystal marrow in here as well. Oh, we got a chest. Yon, thank you very much. So Skara did end up proving useful to the Fatui, and this is them. Oh, this is the room where we ended up getting knocked out, wasn't it? Oh, man, the memories. This was so long ago. Wow.
This place is dark.
You're telling me we ended up getting unconscious here because of what you ended up doing. This is like a memory fragment as well for me. Because that was over 3 years ago that we ended up experiencing this. Because where we've taken a break from Genshin, for the people that don't know, we've been away from Genshin for 3 years. So coming back, and now that just, seeing this room instantly just sparked that memory.
Paimon knows this place. It's the delusion factory in Inazuma.
And delusions cause aging as well. That was something else that I remembered.
In the original version of events, the Traveler once encountered the Balladeer here.
Yeah, I remember. This was such a hype moment.
Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar.
Oh. Hold on, are we gonna be facing the Balladeer here? I remember this. It was an unsettling place.
Hey, look over there.
Oh.
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
It's so good to see her again. Hello.
Huh. What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan.
Ah, it's so awesome to see her again.
Perhaps you find fighting in the Abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the doctor.
Ooh, what's she trying to strike a nerve?
What a sharp tongue you have.
Yeah, damn, like a snake.
Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Ooh.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
Yeah, get killed by the rider.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible. And don't let your emotions get in the way.
Ooh. So he could see that coming a mile off then, the Balladeer.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
Ooh. Yeah, we haven't seen too much from Child, have we, or Tartaglia? Ever since Leeway, wasn't it? That's all. His boss fight still to this day is incredible.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now.
Girl, you want to bring up the past? Or watch him bring up the past now?
Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else.
Oh, I love that. I feel like I should have some tea just sitting back and just camp chair out. Ah, this is good. These two having sass back and forth with each other.
Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
No way. So the Winter Lazo is the victory feast that... No, what? And that's why Skara or the Balladeer wasn't there. Also, Signora obviously wasn't there. She was in the coffin. So the... Oh.
Poor little tongue. She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is?
Am I correct in putting them two together, that the Winter Lazo is the victory feast?
Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome.
Oh, so he knew that the Traveler was onto him at the time.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Oh yeah, we can't stop now, Nahida. We're halfway through.
Please don't worry about me.
Why are you staring at me in silence?
Because...
Can't you think of a nicer way to express
Oh, that's Senora.
yourself?
I was wondering, why is this a
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans.
Oh, dang!
Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
No, I want to hear them going sassy at each other. God damn it, dude.
Let me amuse you.
Hitting me with enemies while I'm just trying to concentrate on the audio. Oh, nice. Head towards the next memory or with pleasure. Imagine it ends up going to like some part of Nahida in the Victory Feast that the Balladeer was a part of, but we didn't see.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru.
Oh, this is another delusional factory?
Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Oh. This is where they started doing experiments on him in order to become the god.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
I love him as a villain, but god damn, he's such a bad boy.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
Oh, he doesn't even know about the history here.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the Abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
This is gonna be nuts when we eventually get down to the Abyss, if we do.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I think they're kind of aware of that, no?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
If we end up facing off against the Doctor, I feel like he wouldn't use like a normal sword or claymore or something like that. He would use like all different experiments he'd send or summon some sort of creatures in order to come after us. He would inject himself with maybe experiments in order to fight.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
He's the Doctor. He's behind all of this.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
The fact that there's people above the Doctor, even though he does seem like he's the #1 for Tui, is kind of nuts. Like, how much more powerful are the people above him, and how much more sinister are they?
Let's move on.
Indeed. I remember this. Oh, continue exploring? No. There's got to be a chest you're hiding around here. Ah, this wasn't too long ago. This was in Act 5 of the Sumeru Archon quest that we ended up coming in here. Oh no, it doesn't seem to be anything. Then I shall continue on then. Kind of curious. So the memory now would be him waking up?
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
Oh. Are you talking to the Archon?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
Yeah.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear.
Oh.
No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass.
Oh, so he's putting his fate into Nahida then? Are you
Can
saying...
you return my memories to me?
But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences.
Yeah, maybe he might end up learning or being a bit more experienced with these memories.
As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Because he's going to have these memories maybe on top of the ones that he's also going to collect, so and then he's able to continue onwards.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation.
Oh, okay.
All the emotions that you discarded will return to you.
Oh, maybe not then.
Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with the void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next.
So his #1 mission would probably be going after Dottore, yeah?
But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self.
Is this the true meaning of Greater Lord Rukkhadevara's words? A person can't erase themselves, and even though the original Balladeer has gone, this person will live on in his place. Are a person's sins an escapable part of their destiny too? Ooh. Do we have some sins that we've done that we're not aware of? Maybe?
I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul-searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Oh, interesting.
Very well.
Oh, what's gonna happen now?
Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours.
Ah, she is giving him the little cardboard box. Oh, this is gonna be into. Oh, we're getting a full-on cutscene as well.
Decision.
Okay,
now,
we're getting a cutscene. Oh, you know it's major when they give you a cutscene.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here?
That was up at the shrine.
You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, Niwa!
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
Oh, you mug.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my...
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Is he alright?
No, does he look alright?
No way!
Nahida, you didn't... You didn't think to put that out of commission, Nahida? That dull blade. Alright, Virgil, damn!
Hey, are you done yet?
Oh, wow. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh. All worthless dross will be purged.
Whoa, what is
That's
that?
why this won't be the end.
Oh, he's fighting his past self. Get off me! Just try and kick him. Oh. Try to fight his inner demons. This is unbelievable, this animation. That's how he gets his vision. Oh, wow. Have we actually ever seen someone be granted a vision?
Die.
Oh, can we use the Wanderer now?
This is trying my patience.
Oh. I didn't think that would be... What? That's so cool how he's able to maneuver in the air.
Insignificant past.
What is it? He's a better venting?
The wind rises.
Ow, 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 the wind knows me, the wind knows me. Oh, that just brings me back down to the ground. That's so interesting. What's my hold? Oh, not too strong, it seems like.
At my command, you shall fall.
Oh, this is so... Oh! No, I haven't got the thing! I need to heal, I need to heal. What about them sunsettiers? You could eat some of them. Oh, this is so cool.
Feeble human. Chipping home.
He's fighting himself. Oh. I really love the Wanderer, huh? In terms of its kit.
My endless cycle. The wind rises.
The wind knows me. Well, actually, I probably shouldn't be attacking during that because of the actual... the amount of charge that I have overall.
Feeble human. Squall fury.
The music's back. That badass music now. What is his ult?
Wretched vermin.
Ooh, damn. Kicks him to death. We're so close. We're so close.
Insignificant past.
There'd be the phase 2 though with the legs, wouldn't there? Oh no, he's actually taking it down.
Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
Dissing himself.
It disappeared. Did we win?
What, we thought we ended up taking it down last time and it ended up coming back? No, that's just a weekly boss Paimon. It'll be back next week.
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
He's back to his old self.
There's the tone of voice again.
Mm.
You're definitely back to your old self.
That's good to see.
Wait, but it was you inside that thing too. What have you got to be smug about?
Well, he's been granted a vision.
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am.
Now you've recovered from your memories, whoa, he seems like he's a different person now.
You sound like you're concerned about me.
Well, maybe
But
not.
don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Yeah, awesome. Me, myself, but not I. Yeah, he left his... Damn! Oh. Whoa. What is that? Oh, that's the first time that we've ever seen that, huh? Can I... No, it's in a domain. Of course I can't take a photo. I'm just gonna screenshot that for now. That looks really, really cool. Oh, interesting. There's no other chest or anything in here. So, Skara, or the Balladeer now, the Wanderer.
Back, traveler, Paimon, Balladeer.
So we ended up absorbing his old memories, the current self of the Wanderer, and ended up coming out a new person.
It feels like we just went on a really long journey.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's exhausted.
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it.
You won't go by the Balladeer anymore? Then what you gonna go by? Maybe the Wanderer?
After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him.
You could have an anime in itself of the Wanderer going on this redemption arc, finding himself more, traveling around Teyvat, and then ended up taking down the Doctor.
I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the 6th is.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
Let's call it a tactical retreat for now, huh?
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
Oh, so if he turns up in the future in front of Dottore, he's not going to remember him.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Unless he ends up running into one of the fragmented Dottores, then maybe he might remember.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish. What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
No, because he's been able to move on as a
Even if
person.
I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
She wants a companion.
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan.
Oh, we could have a new little duo.
But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the Doctor.
That's very true.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it.
Nahida doesn't see you in that way.
Oh, right. I almost forgot. You're the good guys.
Or are
You're
we?
into justice and all that. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
So this is a little duo that we're gonna see.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered.
Well, yeah, you might find more of these box of memories that maybe someone's left.
Including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well.
Well, so do we. Like, it's a 5-year journey at this point. Thank you. Let's hope you can find some answers. So we know that her first, landing place was Conneria. And that's underground.
Traveler.
Yes?
After I dove into the information torrent in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma?
Because I wanted to know what you changed.
So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how? Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back.
What? No, don't make it sound like I'm extorting you, man.
Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
Oh, remember this? Maybe we're in a spot above her, or maybe we need some information regarding the Fatui or a location. He might end up giving it to us.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to 0. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books.
Yeah, you accountant.
Some things in this world can never be brought back. and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
Oh, man.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway.
Well, not yet,
I gave
anyway.
up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings.
You tell him, Nahida.
The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Yeah, I feel like Nahida by the Wanderer's side is going to be fantastic.
Sounds like you've got a future
For
planned
both of
out
them.
for me.
Oh, I hope you can give Nahida a chance.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but the most important thing now is that you need to follow Nahida. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been for nothing.
I know, let him go on his own path if he wants to. Yeah, there we go. Give him some time. Give him some time. A lot has just happened. He needs to process all of this.
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
Oh, that was my
I'm
reaction
glad that
as
you've
well.
accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you, too!
Oh, what are you going to be going with then, Paimon?
Why?
She always likes to do it.
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Wow, Paimon. I thought we turned over a new leaf.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking.
Wanderer.
The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
You want us to decide?
No, Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
Oh.
Have you got anything?
Oh, I can actually name. You can obtain the item A Apparitive Stroke from the Archon Quest interlude, the Inversion of Genesis, which allows you to change Elon Adrift's Wanderer Animo's name. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, no! Couldn't really go with Dottore, could I? No, that would not. Imagine a name that would constantly remind you of the person that tormented you. No. Alright, took me a while to come up with a name, but we are going with that. A star. There we go.
Are you sure?
I am indeed. Yes, I think this will do.
Oh, alright. If you say so.
Be free, my boy. That's so cool. I didn't realize that we were going to actually
you
have
have a name of your own.
a choice of
What
naming.
about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Yeah, what have you come up with, Paimon, huh?
Still thinking. Stop rushing me.
Take your time. I don't need to see you
That's so
again
cool.
until you've thought of one.
What do you plan to do next, then?
Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer will have to pay the price.
Oh, I told you what, yes!
The Fatui?
No, the Dottore.
The doctor, at least.
At least. And then the Jester, whoever that
Now
may
that
be.
your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
Oh, so Nahida doesn't think it's going to be his main goal of going after the doctor?
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself.
They're probably not going to take that too well,
I don't
are
plan
they?
to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall.
You think I'm going to do that?
Even though the events have been erased from the world, They still deserve to know the truth.
I see. That is up to you.
Huh? But if we do that, then...
They're gonna end up hating him.
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been.
Yeah, I feel like in this situation, you wouldn't be like fine with just, yep, just stay silent. Yep.
What's that look for? Don't make that face. I know what I'm doing.
We showed it. Probably should have put a capital S.
That day will come. All right, we're done here. Goodbye, wise deity, and you too.
Ta-ta, my little star.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's on his journey, Paimon.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant. He'll need some time to calm down.
I really do hope that we see him in Fontaine, Natland, Nodcry, maybe, potentially.
Yeah, true. But
just
even
exploring
so,
the place.
After everything that's happened, he doesn't seem quite as fierce anymore.
There were some bumps along the way, but it's all over
so
now.
So we can finally go eat? Paimon is starving.
Oh, you're still thinking about food, Paimon. This is where I think she's like going through like a growth spurt, because she is always eating.
Thank you both. I hope you will find somewhere nice to go and relax for a while.
Mondstadt is my go-to place. Or my teapot is at the end of the Archon quest. Oh, the suspense. Oh. Oh!
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the epilogue.
No, we didn't.
The dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued to cast their shadow in Mikoshi Nagamasa's mind for decades to come.
Well, the sand has dissipated from the temple because we ended up doing that quest in between this Archon quest. Man, it was phenomenal. The dual evidence quest.
Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that prized blade, the Daitatara Nagamasa, was forged, the people rejoiced, and there was painting, dancing, and drinking. All these expressions of joy melted down in a furnace fire and turned into red clouds that rallied around the final sunrise that Mikoshi Nagamasa saw in his lifetime.
The fact that this game is 5 years old and it still looks as stunning as it does is lovely.
Life is a story too long to be told. A journey that you must walk to behold.
Oh! Talking about our boy. I know you're all going nuts because there's no capital S. Oh. Return to the resting place. Oh. Hotel, motel, holiday inn. Sumeru City has become my most favorite region at the moment. Like Mondstadt for nostalgia, Leeway for Zhongli. Imazuma, I think, might be my least favorite. Yes. Oh, this is where I ended up was sleeping.
As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back.
Oh, don't worry, Paimon. I'll buy you some delicious treats as a reward.
Wow, great! Huh?
It's on me.
Look at the vase.
Or vase, or vase. What about it?
Someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? But Paimon doesn't remember there being a cleaner.
No, Paimon, we haven't got a cleaner. This isn't Mondstadt. The night we stayed here, Paimon bumped into the table after being startled by something to do with the Balladeer and broke the vase. But the Balladeer erased his existence. He changed the world. So why is this vase still broken?
You sound lost and confused.
Who's that? Who's that? Who? What story developments are we getting now? The plot thickens. Who is this?
I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find their mind overwhelmed.
I don't recognize this voice.
Is there someone here talking to us?
Oh, so they're talking to Paimon as well? So they have the power, so they're able to connect to Irminsul and also our consciousness.
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance. But for anyone else, Who can say?
Is this the Tsaritsa?
When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced. The same is true of fate.
So Teyvat is gonna end or have another calamity no matter what happens? No matter how much we try to change it, the outcome is still gonna be the same? Is that what she's kind of touching on here?
Like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result is still a broken vase, is it not?
Ooh.
Who are you? How do you know about all this?
Yeah, please say we're gonna get a name reveal or something.
History does not change easily, but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen is but an illusion.
Is she kind of touching on Dottore there? Was able to take the form of someone else? And we can't believe everything so far? Is that it? No, you can't just leave me like that.
The voice has disappeared. And who the heck was that? And what were they doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that scary stuff?
I don't know, I'm just as confused as you are. Believe my eyes. Does she mean I should trust my memories?
Anyway, that face is still lying there broken on the ground. Should Paimon go get someone to clean it up?
Because Teyvat is ever changing. Irminsul is always changing Teyvat based on the information it has, yes? So we gotta rely on our memories and maybe memories that we don't even know of yet?
It feels wrong just leaving it there. Just a moment. Paimon will be right back.
Oh, here we go. She exit the room, so they're gonna talk to us even more. I wonder what else awaits for me in the future. Oh, I'm excited. We have currently up to 5.6 of the future to look forward to, so there's already content. And there we have it. Damn, what a cliffhanger. And
you know what? The Windbloom Festival should be coming up.
What?
We haven't been to Mondstadt in a while. Come on, let's go check up on all our old friends.
What? Oh, no, this is the most current Archon quest. What? Why does that want me to... The Windbloom Festival should be a joyous affair, but it's not all as it seems in Mondstadt. Why would that want me to do that now? I'm not even close to this whatsoever. What? No, I'm not going to do that. My next Archon quest, in terms of how the patches played out, is this one. The Destined Encounter. But there we have it. I have more questions than answers. And who is this mysterious lady? We're gonna have to find out. I'm surprised they didn't end up talking to us more as Paimon left, but we got a lot more content to come. As always, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.